Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Tune In English, the podcast where everyday conversations help you build real-life English skills. I'm Adam.
And I'm Anna. Today we're talking about a very small word that has a surprisingly big impact on meaning, only. It's short, simple, and extremely common, but where you place it in a sentence can completely change what you're saying.
Exactly. And to make this lesson practical, let's start with a real-life moment. Anna, how are you feeling today, honestly?
Honestly, a little frustrated. Yesterday I sent a project proposal to 5 clients and only one replied.
Only one? That must feel discouraging.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, the reply wasn't even very helpful. The client just wrote, "Thanks, I'll check it later." That was it. So this morning, I kept refreshing my inbox, hoping for something better. I kept telling myself, I only need one good response, just one.
That's interesting. You just used the word only twice in two different ways. First, only one replied, and then, I only need one good response. Same word, slightly different meaning.
True, and that's actually perfect for today's topic. So, Adam, let's explain something simple first. Many learners think only just means just or nothing more, right?
Right. For example, if I say I have only $10, it means my amount of money is limited, $10 and nothing more.
Exactly. Or, I only slept 4 hours last night. That suggests 4 hours is less than I wanted.
Yes, and notice something important here. When we use only in this way, it often makes something sound smaller, lighter, or less serious. For example, it's only a 5-minute walk, or it only costs $2.
That's a great point. People often use only to make something feel easier or less stressful. If your friend says, "Don't worry, it's only a short test," it sounds more relaxing than "it's a test."
Let's try a quick listener exercise. Think of something small or manageable in your day, maybe a short task. Now say it with only. I only need 10 minutes. It's only one email. I only need to make one phone call. It instantly feels more achievable.
I like that. Language can actually change how we feel about situations. But now let's talk about something more interesting, how position changes meaning. This is where many learners get confused.
Yes, listen carefully to these three sentences. Only Adam ate the cake. Adam only ate the cake. Adam ate only the cake.
They sound similar, but the meaning is different each time.
Exactly. The first sentence, only Adam ate the cake, means nobody else ate it. I was the one person who did.
The second one, Adam only ate the cake, means eating was the only thing you did. You didn't bake it, you didn't buy it, you just ate it.
And the third, Adam ate only the cake, means the cake was the only food I ate. No salad, no bread, nothing else.
So here's a very useful way to think about it. Only works like a spotlight. Whatever word comes right after it gets the attention. That's the part the speaker wants to emphasize.
That spotlight idea is powerful. Once you understand it, many confusing sentences suddenly make sense.
I remember one of my students once wrote, "I only love my parents." He wanted to say his parents were the only people he loved, but what he actually said sounded like, "I don't respect them, I don't help them, I just love them."
That's a perfect example of how word placement matters. He should have said, I love only my parents, or my parents are the only people I love.
Exactly. So listeners, here's a quick tip. Whenever you use only, pause for a second and ask yourself, what exactly am I highlighting? Then place only right before that word.
Great advice. Now, let's move to another very common pattern, the only. When we add the before only, we're talking about something unique, one person, one place, or one thing, and nothing else.
For example, she's the only person who understands my work schedule. That means nobody else really understands it.
Or, this is the only cafe open at midnight. Again, one and no others.
And emotionally, this structure is very powerful. Saying, "you're the only one who listens to me," feels much stronger than just saying, "you listen to me."
Absolutely. Small word, big emotional impact.
All right, now let's move into one of the most important pairs learners often mix up, only if and if only.
Yes, these two look similar, but they mean completely different things.
Let's start with only if. This phrase introduces a condition, a rule that must be satisfied before something can happen.
Exactly. For example, I'll join the meeting only if it finishes before 5 p.m. That means joining depends on that condition. If the meeting runs longer, I won't join.
Another simple example, you can borrow my laptop only if you promise to return it today. No promise, no laptop.
Parents use this structure all the time. You can go out only if you finish your homework. It's basically a deal.
I remember hearing that sentence so many times growing up. You can watch TV only if your room is clean. And somehow my room always became clean very quickly.
Amazing how motivation works. So, listeners, remember, only if equals requirement. Something must happen first.
Now let's compare that with if only. This one is completely different because it expresses wishes or regret.
Right. For example, if only I had studied harder. That means I didn't study enough and now I regret it.
Or, if only I had left earlier, I wouldn't have missed the train. It's about imagining a different past.
People also use if only for present wishes. If only I had more free time. Or if only this coffee were hotter.
That's true. And emotionally, if only often carries a slightly sad or reflective feeling. It's the language of looking back and wishing something had been different.
I think everyone has at least one if only moment. Mine is, if only I had started learning another language earlier. It would have made travel much easier.
That's a good one. Mine is, if only I had kept my old notebooks. They were full of creative ideas I wish I still had.
So, to summarize, only if equals condition or rule. If only equals wish or regret.
Great. Now let's move to another very common expression, only just.
Yes, only just means barely. Something happened at the last possible moment.
For example, I only just caught the bus. That means you arrived at the bus stop seconds before it left.
Or, I only just finished the report before the deadline. Very close timing.
I use this expression a lot on busy mornings. I only just made it to my first meeting. Sometimes my coffee is still too hot to drink when the call begins.
Same here, and adding only just makes the sentence more dramatic. Compare, I passed the exam versus I only just passed the exam. The second tells a much more interesting story.
Exactly. It suggests tension, effort, maybe even relief.
Now, let's move to another important structure, not only, but also. This one is used when we want to emphasize that there's more than one positive point.
For example, this restaurant is not only affordable, but also delicious. You're highlighting two good things at once.
Or, she's not only hardworking, but also very creative. Again, you're stacking qualities together.
In everyday conversation, people sometimes drop also. You might hear, he's not only my colleague, but my friend. That sounds very natural too.
Good point. The full form sounds slightly more formal, but both versions are common.
I like this structure because it builds excitement. It's almost like saying, wait, there's more.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about a simple phrase many learners already know, only child.
An only child is someone who has no brothers or sisters.
People sometimes believe only children grow up differently, maybe more independent, maybe more comfortable spending time alone.
That can be true, although every family is different. I know several only children who are extremely social and energetic, so it really depends on personality.
Right. But grammatically, the phrase is straightforward. She's an only child, or he grew up as an only child.
And here's something interesting. Sometimes people say, I was raised like an only child, even if they technically have siblings, meaning they grew up mostly alone.
Good nuance. Now, let's move to a less obvious use of only, using it in place of but to introduce a problem or limitation.
Yes, for example, I'd love to travel with you, only I can't take time off work. Here, only means something like however or but.
Another example, I would help you, only I don't have the right tools. The meaning is friendly, but there's an obstacle.
This usage appears frequently in spoken English, especially when people want to sound polite or soft instead of a direct but.
Exactly. It makes the sentence feel smoother and less abrupt.
So far, we've covered quite a lot. only meaning just, position-changing meaning, the only if only just, not only but also, only child, and only meaning but.
That's a lot of power for one small word.
It really is, and once you start noticing only in conversations, you'll hear it everywhere. Movies, podcasts, songs, daily speech.
All right, in the next section, we'll review some useful vocabulary phrases with only and give you a simple weekly speaking challenge to help you practice naturally. All right, let's finish today's episode with a practical vocabulary review. We'll go through several useful expressions that include the word only, and we'll give simple examples you can actually use in everyday conversation.
Great idea. Let's start with the phrase, the only one. This means a single, unique person or thing, no others.
For example, you're the only one who remembered my birthday. That sentence feels very personal and emotional.
Or, this is the only one left in the store, meaning it's the last available item. Very common in shopping situations.
Next phrase, only if, as we discussed earlier. This introduces a condition or requirement.
Example, I'll join the trip only if I can finish my work first. The trip depends on finishing the work.
Third, if only. This expresses regret or a wish for a different situation.
For example, if only I had more time to travel. It shows longing or disappointment.
Fourth expression, only just. This means barely or a moment ago.
Example, I only just arrived. That means I arrived very recently.
Or, I only just managed to solve the problem, meaning it was difficult and very close.
Next is a popular structure, not only, but also. This is used to add emphasis and show multiple positive qualities.
For example, she's not only talented, but also very hardworking. You're highlighting more than one strength.
Sixth phrase, one and only. This is a dramatic expression meaning truly unique or very special.
You might hear it in introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. It's often used humorously or playfully as well.
Seventh, if and only if. This is a stricter logical expression, often used in academic or technical context, meaning something happens only under a very precise condition.
For example, you pass the course if and only if you complete all assignments. Not extremely common in casual speech, but useful to recognize.
Eighth phrase, only too happy. This means very happy or extremely willing to do something.
For example, I'd be only too happy to help you prepare for the interview. It sounds warm and polite.
Ninth, read only. Many people hear this in technology. A read-only file is one you can view but cannot change.
For example, the document is read-only, so you can't edit it. Very practical vocabulary for office situations.
And finally, one more everyday conversational use, starting a sentence with only. This often emphasizes uniqueness or mild surprise.
For instance, only you would think of that solution, meaning the idea is very typical of you, often said in a friendly or teasing way.
Or, only yesterday we were talking about this problem, meaning the time feels very recent.
Now that we've covered these expressions, let's give our listeners a simple weekly challenge. Choose 3 phrases from today's episode and try to use them in real conversations this week.
Yes, even short sentences help. For example, I only need 5 minutes. I'll go only if you come. I only just finished. The more you say them out loud, the more natural they become.
Another great tip is listening practice. Pay attention when watching movies or listening to podcasts. Notice how native speakers use only to highlight meaning. Once you start noticing it, you'll realize how frequently it appears.
Before we close, let's leave listeners with a small reflection question. Think about one if only moment in your life, a situation where you wish something had been different. Then try to turn it into a positive future sentence like, next time I'll prepare earlier.
That's a great way to turn language practice into personal growth. English isn't just vocabulary, it's a tool for thinking and communicating more clearly.
Exactly. And remember, even tiny words like only can completely change meaning, emotion, and emphasis. Learning to place them correctly makes your English sound much more natural.
All right, everyone. Thanks for spending this time with us here on Tune In English. If today's conversation helped you, share this episode with a friend who's learning English too.
And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our daily conversations designed to help you understand real spoken English faster.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.